Keeping kids safe on Triad Today. Hello everyone, I'm Jim Longworth and welcome to another edition of Triad Today. Coming up later on, our infamous roundtable convenes. We'll get into all sorts of topics there, so stay tuned for that at the end of the show. Between now and then, some great information and guests coming your way. We'll tell you about a new hospice that's being constructed. They'll be open in not too distant future. We'll also tell you why so many students are flocking to one particular area university. It's a great success story, and we'll have our good friends from Goodwill here to tell us what they're doing to help people get back to work. That and much more. But first, we start out talking about keeping kids safe, and how better to do that than especially to hone in on prom night. It's a program that's been going on for many years, but for the benefit of some of you that might have just moved into the area and hadn't heard about it, it's called Safe Sober Prom Night. We have the architects of that program with us, as well as a special guest. Lori Bates, our director. Let's see them right now. On my immediate right, our good friend David Daggett, of course, with Daggett Shuler, attorneys at law. Next to him is a special guest that he and Griff have brought with them. And Jeremy Bates is a motivational speaker. He wears many hats, has many names. We'll get to that in just a second. And, of course, Griff Shuler from Daggett Shuler, attorneys at law. Welcome, guys.
Thanks, Jim.
David, very quickly, again, for people that might have just moved into the area, don't know, what is Safe Sober Prom Night? How did it get started?
Well, we're in the 26th year of the Safe Sober Prom Night program. It's hard to believe it's over a quarter of a century.
A lot of schools involved.
A lot of schools involved, 47 schools, 10 counties, all across the Triad. In the 26 years, more than 500,000 teenagers have taken the pledge not to drink or use drugs on prom night in exchange for a free T-shirt.
Oh, man.
The basics of the program is ongoing awareness of the dangers of drugs and alcohol, and also texting while driving, and creating an atmosphere of positive peer pressure, the most positive and most powerful force in young people's lives.
Griff, I mean, those are staggering numbers, and it sounds like a great success, but I don't want to assume that. I mean, do you have a feeling that it's worked pretty well?
David and I know that it works. For one thing, you can see the positive peer pressure, Jim, right there in the schools while we're doing it. One of the things that David and I love is to watch the kids actually go and grab their classmates. And
I used to do that too, and I had to go to jail for that.
Well, this is a different type of positive grab.
Yeah, oh, I understand.
They grab their classmates, they bring them to the table, they encourage them to sign the pledge, and so we see it that way. And in fact, several years ago, through our program that we do for speaker program, we had a real exciting response where we actually had two kids who they testified that their lives were saved because of a program we brought about.
That's just fantastic. I want to get to your special guest that you brought in, a great motivational speaker, Jeremy Bates. Welcome again, Jerry.
Thanks for having me.
I understand when you go around and speak to high school students, I understand that. I know all about that, and it's a great success. But let me ask you this. What about your background or the way you came up or your personal story motivated you to want to even do this?
Well, I think there's a universal reality in a lot of our young people that are growing up in some craziness and dysfunction at home. I was no different as a kid. I come from a family with a lot of addiction issues and a lot of dysfunction and broken marriages and all that kind of stuff. So trying to communicate this message of making healthy choices, I like to reflect back in my own world and try to use some of my real life experience about coming from that situation and not trying to be defeated by it.
Makes it more real to the kids then, right?
Well, yeah, it's the idea of you're trying to inspire them to make healthy choices, and you're not trying to scare them with information or statistics. You're just trying to get them to realize that they're not alone in their struggle. And when they feel that way and they can see themselves through you in some manner, then maybe it gives them a little bit of hope that the current situation that they're battling at that moment in time isn't that insurmountable and that there's some hope on the other side.
How do you think, David, how do you think Jeremy's had helped advance the mission of your Safe Sober Prom Night?
He's being a little modest. He combines musical skills that he has along with humor, magic, and his serious story that he presents. And quite frankly, he connects with students in a way that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
After every presentation, there's always a group of kids who you can tell are going through their own struggle that he connected with them on and made a difference.
He shares love with the kids, and you can't fake love.
Do you go to all
these kids just respond to Jeremy.
Do you go to all the high schools? I mean, in the area, how do you decide?
No, wish we could. We have Jeremy for 1 week. We got a total of 12 presentations, hit as many kids as we can. We're in between presentations right now.
Absolutely. Before time runs out, I want to do two things. Go to this website for general information about Daggett Shuler, attorneys at law who do a lot of great work in the community. I just have to applaud them for that. But their website is up on screen, DaggettShulerLaw.com. Also, Jeremy's website is up on screen, RevolutionSpeak.com, and you can learn all about what he's up to and his great things that he does for kids, and I just applaud all you guys for what you're doing to keep the kids safe.
Great.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having
Thanks,
us.
Jim.
Appreciate it.